The forbidden truth is this: there are 3 hidden switches inside a woman's mind that no logic can ever control. And once you touch them, she moves before she can even think. This isn't about looks, not about money, not about clever lines or smooth talk. It's about the secret codes buried inside her subconscious, the ones most men never learn, and the few who do never speak about. Pause, drop, tone. Today, I'm going to reveal these 3 desire switches, and once you understand them, you will never look at attraction the same way again. Think about it for a moment. You gave her attention, you were kind, you did everything right, and still, she pulled away. She lost interest. She ghosted you. Why? Because kindness alone kills attraction over time. She doesn't want only comfort. She wants both: the storm and the calm, the mystery and the safety, the chaos and the control. That's why so many men fail. They believe effort is enough. They believe giving more will spark her desire. But the truth is, more effort without strategy makes her feel nothing. A woman is not drawn by what you constantly give. She is drawn by what she almost understands, but can't fully hold, by what she feels but cannot explain, by what she sees in your silence and in your restraint. This is not manipulation. This is awareness, presence, power. And once you learn these hidden switches, you stop chasing, because she starts moving toward you before her words can catch up. Most men try to understand women, but that's not enough. Understanding only scratches the surface. It's like listening to the words of a song without ever hearing the music underneath. A woman doesn't fall for the man who just nods and listens. She doesn't melt for the one who repeats, "I get it, I understand." No, she falls for the man who translates her, the man who can take her mixed emotions, her joy mixed with fear, her laughter wrapped in sadness, her anger hiding pain, and reflect them back in a way she didn't even realize herself. Because here's the truth: most of the time she doesn't fully understand her own feelings. She feels them, she drowns in them, she wrestles with them, but she can't always name them. And when you step in and put words to what she cannot explain, when you can take her hidden chaos and bring it into the light in a way that makes sense, she feels something she rarely feels with anyone. She feels seen, truly, deeply seen. Not for her smile, not for her looks, not for her body, but for her inner world. The part of her she keeps locked away, even from herself. When you do this, it's not just connection, it's exposure, vulnerability, a raw closeness that most men will never give her. And in that moment, she feels like you're not just listening to her words, you're listening to her soul. That is switch number 1. Don't just understand, translate. Now listen closely, because the next truth is even more powerful. The power of mystery. When you explain everything, when you open up too much, desire dies because certainty is safe. But mystery is dangerous. Mystery is addictive. Think about it. Have you ever finished a movie that explained every single detail? You walked away satisfied, but the next day, you barely thought about it. Now compare that to the movie that left you with questions, the one that didn't explain the ending, the one that made you wonder, what did that really mean? That's the one you can't stop thinking about. That's the one you replay in your head over and over. Women are the same with men. The man who shows every card, who explains every detail about himself, who leaves nothing hidden. He may feel safe to her, but he doesn't spark her desire, because there's no chase, no tension, no mystery left to explore. But the man who holds back just enough, the man who speaks with precision but never reveals everything, that man becomes unforgettable. Why? Because he gives her 30% and makes her crave the other 70%. He lets her imagination do the work. He lets her mind spin, wonder, question, and search for what he's not showing. And the more she searches, the more invested she becomes. This is why mystery is so addictive, because the unknown is more powerful than the known. Curiosity is stronger than certainty. She doesn't want to fully solve you. She doesn't want the puzzle completed. She wants to feel like there's always something left to discover, something she hasn't unlocked yet. And that's what keeps her coming back. That's what makes her replay your words in her head, asking herself, what did he really mean by that? That's what makes her whisper to her friends, "There's just something about him I can't explain." You see, most men try to prove themselves by showing everything. They think being open, being predictable, being endlessly available will win her over. But in reality, it kills attraction. Because attraction isn't born in comfort. It's born in tension. It's born in that space between knowing and not knowing, between safety and danger. And the man who knows how to live in that space, the man who knows how to hold back, to let silence speak, to reveal little but suggest more, that's the man she cannot resist. So never forget this truth. When you explain everything, when you open up too much, desire dies because certainty is safe. But mystery is dangerous. Mystery is addictive. That's why the men who keep 70% hidden create the strongest attraction. Because what is completely revealed becomes ordinary, but what is partly hidden becomes unforgettable. And once she feels that craving, once she's locked into the chase for the parts of you she cannot touch, she will never look at you the same way again. Her subconscious is wired for curiosity. If she knows exactly what you'll do, or say, or feel, she stops chasing. But when you leave gaps, when she almost understands, but not fully, her brain stays restless. And that restlessness is not weakness, it's attraction. It's the constant pull of wanting more, needing to figure you out, never feeling fully satisfied. Because the moment she thinks she's solved you, you shift again. That's why mystery keeps her hooked. Her mind doesn't shut down. It keeps spinning, imagining, guessing, questioning. And the longer she questions, the deeper her desire grows. Her desire stays alive. Switch number 2 is simple. Never let her fully solve you. Because here's the truth. Men who are too easy to read, too quick to reveal every detail, too predictable in their moods and words, they kill the very spark they want to build. It's not about playing games. It's not about being fake. It's about living in a way that keeps her guessing. It's about giving her piece of the puzzle, but never the whole picture. When she thinks she knows your every move, she relaxes, and relaxation kills desire. But when you remain unpredictable, when you keep her wondering what's next, when she feels like she hasn't figured you out yet, she's locked in because human nature craves the unknown more than the known. Think of it this way. If you've ever started a book and already knew how it would end, you probably got bored halfway through. But the book that kept you turning page after page, the one where every chapter revealed just enough to keep you hooked, that's the one you couldn't put down. You have to become that book. Not unreadable, not confusing, but layered, intriguing, never fully solved. And here's where most men get it wrong. They believe talking more, explaining more, opening up more will make her love them more. But what they don't realize is that every word explained removes a piece of tension. Every answer given closes another door of curiosity until there's nothing left to wonder about. That's why silence is so powerful. Silence is seduction. Most men think words create love, but silence creates obsession because silence makes her wonder, and wonder creates tension. And tension is the birthplace of passion. Sometimes, saying nothing at all is louder than any compliment. Think about it. When you compliment her too much, she starts expecting it. The words lose their weight. They become ordinary. But when you hold back, when you let silence fill the space, her mind doesn't rest. She replays the moment. She wonders what you're thinking. She questions why you didn't say more. And in that quiet gap, attraction grows stronger than words could ever make it. It's the same with your presence. The man who is always available, always texting, always explaining becomes easy, predictable, safe. But the man who knows how to let silence hang, who doesn't rush to fill every moment with words, who makes her lean in, wondering what he's holding back, that's the man she becomes obsessed with. Because silence isn't emptiness, it's a message. It says, I don't need to fill this space to keep you. You're already pulled in by my presence. And the deeper truth is this. Silence allows her to project her own emotions onto you. She starts wondering, what does he feel about me? Is he thinking about me right now? Why didn't he answer right away? And those questions don't weaken attraction. They fuel it. Her own imagination becomes your greatest weapon. because her imagination will always be more powerful than your explanations. And here's the paradox. The men who speak less often create more noise in her mind, because the less you reveal, the more she creates in her own head. And that loop of curiosity, of unanswered questions, of restless desire, that's what keeps her thinking about you long after you've left the room. So don't mistake silence for weakness. Don't mistake it for distance. Silence is not absence. Silence is presence amplified. It's space charged with meaning. It's an invisible gravity that pulls her closer without you lifting a finger. Remember this, she will never fall for the man she fully solves. She will never chase the man who gives her every answer. But she will always crave the man who makes her think, who makes her wonder, who lets her imagination run wild in the spaces you deliberately leave open. Her subconscious is wired for curiosity, and curiosity is the seat of desire. Switch number 2 is simple. Never let her fully solve you. And when silence becomes part of your presence, when you learn to let mystery breathe instead of filling every gap with noise, you'll see it happen. Her eyes linger longer, her words stumble more, her thoughts circle back to you again and again because she cannot stop wondering. That's when you know you've unlocked her obsession. The final switch is this. Make her almost understand you, but not fully. Why? Because her mind will keep replaying you. She will keep asking questions. She will keep searching. And the more her brain works on you, the deeper her emotions go. This is the art of being unsolved. Not confusing, not chaotic, but layered. Like a movie that ends with unanswered questions. You leave her craving the next scene. She feels she's close to figuring you out, but something always slips through her fingers. That almost is what keeps her hooked, because her brain doesn't like open loops. And when she can't close the loop on you, you stay inside her thoughts. Think of the people in your past you couldn't forget. The ones who left you wondering why they did what they did, what they truly felt, what they meant by that look or that silence. Those are the ones who haunted your memory the longest. Not because they were perfect, but because they were unfinished. That's the same power you hold over her when you live in almost, but not fully. Most men want to be fully known, fully seen, fully explained. They hand over the entire blueprint of who they are in the first few dates, thinking it will create closeness. But closeness without tension is comfort, and comfort kills fire. When she thinks she has you all figured out, she relaxes into certainty. And certainty is safe, but it's not addictive. What pulls her in, what stirs her emotions, is not safety, it's curiosity. That restless hunger to decode you, to see deeper, to uncover what's still hidden. And here's the secret. She doesn't need to fully understand you to feel deeply connected. In fact, she bonds stronger when she doesn't, because her mind does the work for you. Her imagination fills the gaps, replaying your words, dissecting your actions, trying to solve the riddle that is you. And when her mind is working on you, her heart follows the dark code. These switches are not tricks. They are deep codes inside the female mind. Looks fade, words fade, but awareness, strategy, and presence, these last. Once you master this, you win her emotions before she even realizes it. This is the dark code, a code that speaks directly to the subconscious, to the instincts that drive desire. Because at the core, attraction is not built on logic. It's built on mystery, tension, and the unknown. When you understand this, you stop chasing with words. You stop begging with actions. Instead, you create space. You leave questions unanswered. You live in a way that can't be fully solved. And in that space, desire grows. Remember, she doesn't fall for the man who tries the hardest to impress. She falls for the man who makes her think, the man who makes her wonder, the man whose presence feels like a puzzle she can't stop trying to complete. That is why these switches matter. They don't just change how she sees you. They rewire how she feels about you. They create a bond that goes deeper than surface attraction, deeper than physical looks, deeper than words. And once you master them, you carry an aura that never fades, an aura that women remember long after the moment has passed. So remember, translate her emotions. Keep 70% mystery and never let her fully understand you. That is how you unlock the 3 hidden switches of female desire. Now the choice is yours. You can walk away and forget what you just heard, or you can step further into this knowledge, deeper into the instincts most men will never discover. Subscribe now and step deeper into dark instincts.